What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the server Let's Play series on ForgeServ. So, I actually am starting this one off in search of some malachite. In between episodes, while Elpec was streaming, I did some little tedious work here and there because I thought it would be fun to just kind of get some night slime stuff together like I had mentioned, so I already did that. I made myself a lumber axe as well, and have started cutting down a decent number of trees with this little night slime lumber axe here. And yeah, so in my search for just malachite, currently is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for copper. I found a village, so I thought we could maybe take a look at it together. Although this seems to be one of the most lootless and boring villages I've found yet. Although there's lots of seeds here, so that's nice. I guess that's nice. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's much of anything here, which is quite disappointing. Oh, wait, there is this. Hello, guy. What have you got for me? This guy sells jams. And my inventory's full of some stuff, so I thought I'd show you guys a really cool trick. First of all, if you use Control and Delete, you can delete items that you are hovering over thanks to Quark. And I'm going to turn this canola into seeds in case I decide that I need it later. Can I turn coffee beans into seeds? Nah. Okay, well, I won't keep those then. I've already got some of this food in here. So I've been using my backpack to store up a decent amount of stuff, and that has been particularly useful. And found an aluminum cluster while I was out and about. So now we can hopefully finish with this guy. And I wonder if this villager is interested in any of these. I know sometimes he likes to buy these, but it doesn't look like today is that day. Well, that's okay then. I will eat them. Okay, I might regret eating the nausea one, but it's only for 8 seconds. There we go. Cool. Well, I'll keep on exploring until I find my malachite, and then I guess I'll be back. So I didn't have any luck finding malachite. I will come back to it. But I wanted to show off one of my favorite parts of some of these features we have with our mods now. I've got some stuff here that I had been pooling together from my mining, and I doubled it up and called it that basically if it was from a mod or it was from mining, I put them both in the same chest. Well, I'm kind of running out of space. So I'm having to put my mod slash like valuable materials in a separate chest. But this isn't how I want my setup to be, of course. You can probably guess that much. And so what I'm probably going to do, and I thought I would show it on camera, is instead make a chest upgrade and then show you guys the process of moving another chest, because it's pretty freaking cool. The process of moving a chest with car set. I messed that recipe up, but fortunately the new item stack handling is gorgeous. So that leaves us with that chest there. We have some junk that I need to put away in this chest. And then some food and just more junk. But that's not junk. But that is. So now I can show you. Let me move everything into here. Now we have this free space. And I want to move this chest there. So all I have to do is shift middle click, and I can move it. Just picked it up and put it there. So it's pretty neat, and I like the fact that you can also move signs, and they'll keep their text. See? And you can even see it in my hotbar if I turn on F5 mode. So it's really just quite an awesome, awesome detail. And you can't pick up everything, but you can pick up quite a lot of things. And this makes reorganizing your storage very, very easy. Like, for example, I actually don't like where this chest is located, but unfortunately it looks like Iron Chest doesn't have support, so I'll just have to live with that. Oh well. But as you can probably tell by my inventory, you've probably been hinted or cued a little bit by what's coming next. I want to make a bookshelf real quick so that we can, and in fact, I'll use that slot. I want to get ourselves some mending on this, or at least 2 tools. I don't know which 2. Probably hammer and something else. And of course, that takes 10 levels each, so it's not particularly easy to do, but It's definitely doable. It's just not the fun, easy, simple thing to do. I never did find the copper I was looking for, but I did find copper in its, like, ingot form in a chest somewhere, so it's not what I was looking for, but it'll do. Also going to go ahead and make 2 ingot casts with some of the gold that I got from a set of horse armor. This also makes me notice that the rotation isn't right on that. There we go. And so that'll give us that cast. And there's another thing that I wanted to make. I want to make, how many? I have a lot of gold, actually. I might just keep that in there for making casts with at this point. Because I want to make a cast for tool rods, because we're going to replace all of our tool rods. And I also should make one for tough tool rods, to come to think of it. But I don't know that I have enough copper. I have enough copper for 2 of these, so we can do... Wait. Technically, I have enough copper for a 3rd if I do one other thing. Alright, well, let's try this then. We'll do this, and we'll do... we have a tool rod. Let's go ahead and make a tough tool rod real quick. And turn these 2 into casts as well. Permanent casts, rather, not just temporary clay ones. Because I want to replace it on a few of these tools. Now, the reason I made the ingot casts was because I actually need to repair a few of my tools. And so I need to leave at least 2 ingots in here. I think just 2 should be enough for now. But I'm hoping I won't even need too many to repair these. Wow, does that really not require that much? Fun fact, you can use nuggets to repair tools, by the way, and nuggets are much more efficient because you can get them down to a very specific amount. For example, you see I actually am only using 7 night slime nuggets to fully repair this. And that's almost repaired, so I'll just leave that there. And I want to make, let me see, if I do... Did I not make the other one? Oh, that's a normal one. Oops. I want a tough tool rod as well. So now we can make, I want to have, I think 4? No, 3. 3 of these and 2 of these. And with those, oops, I want that and I want that. We can do this. So I want to make a new shovel head, which I am going to keep on using clay for those because there's no real reason to invest too much. And, oh man, did I not grab the right amount? I didn't grab the right amount. So we'll grab a shovel and an axe head. We will dump out some clay onto these and let them harden. We'll turn one of you into night slime and one of you into normal iron. And now we can do some tool maintenance. So the first thing is I want to replace this with copper, which is going to hurt us a little bit, but in the end it will be okay because I have some other plans as well. Same here, you see it's going to decrease a little bit, but it's also going to get us experience. And we'll have the same for the sword, the pickaxe, which I'm going to use to also put on moss. And instead of upgrading my shovel, I'm actually going to make a mattock with crumbling and all of that stuff as well. And keep in mind that all of these things are eventually, but not yet, but eventually going to have auto repair on them. Or at least that's my hope. Now, it probably would be a good idea to go ahead and make a part chest, or rather a stencil chest. Is that what it's called? Pattern chest. Pattern chest. Oops. So we'll go ahead and grab... Oh, I don't have any extra stencils. Okay. we'll go ahead and make a few then. I'll just use birch wood. I'm not really crazy for it anyways. And we'll make a few stencils. Or blank patterns. And one of those is going to be for this guy. And the reason why I did the copper now is because I've got the moss for all the moss stone. I just don't have the experience yet. So once I get the experience for it, I'll be good to go. Now, you're going to show that one? I don't like that. So we'll put you here instead. And now I'm going to want... Would slate blend in there okay? Yeah, that looks fine, actually. Now I can just put those in there. But can I do... I can't do two of the same type. That kind of bugs me. There we go, though. Very nice. And part of why I decided I wanted to do this is also because I want to put auto repair on my hammer. So we'll get a auto repairing hammer, and a few modifiers are available to us, but we can't really utilize them too nicely. So we have a diamond already being used on here, and that's one modifier. And so we should go ahead and put paper for one of the pieces, but we don't have enough paper yet. So, that's okay. We'll just go ahead and put this here for now, and I don't... What are my materials for this again? I had iron. Okay, so that's fully metal. I was kind of hoping that I had left myself with the ability to repair that, but I didn't. Oh well. Or rather, put wood on there, but oh well. I do want to get a coke oven here soon, but I just don't have enough sand yet. So I need to find some sand at some point. But until then, I do want to quickly make a farm. So why don't we look into that? Because we're going to be pretty miserable here in a bit if we don't get one. So I'm thinking we can just do dark oak with some fencing out of cobble. And we shouldn't need that much fence. Let me think. If it's 11, 22, yeah, that should be plenty. We don't really need that much fence. We can turn all of that into plank and like that. So there we go. We might need more of that kind of fence. Yeah, there we go. And the last thing I need is some water, which my bucket is somewhere. My bucket was somewhere? I had a bucket. I had an extra bucket somewhere. Okay, well, I don't have a bucket anymore. I guess I'll just make one, because I'm not going to get rid of that lava. And there's just a water pool right here. So we'll just go snag it real quick. And, oh yeah, I guess I should probably make a fence gate. Cool. So we don't need those fences because they don't match, but everything else should be good to go. And that's, again, part of why I decided to make the attic. Oh, there was a water pool there, too. Whatever. So, we can start off, I think we'll just put it over here next to our berry farm. And I'm just going to make my usual 9x9 farm because it's easy to hydrate. And then we'll just do a layer of dark oak on top. I don't know why I like my farms like this, I just do. I've come to just enjoy it. And now I'm stuck. Oops. How about right here for a door? Put that there. And then we'll start clearing out this area and see if we can get some worms. But more importantly, what I want to try out is a new hydrating mechanic. Or rather, not hydrating mechanic. We might even forgo the worms because I want to try out... is it here? Oops. It's here. I want to try out something completely different that we haven't used before. Let's take a look at an apiary. So the apiaries are pretty simple. They're from Rustic. And they require... Okay, so I do need my planks. But I think if I just grab one more of these planks, or logs rather, we should be good. This is Ore Dictionary, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So he's got Ore Dictionary planks, which are really cool. And then you can just go through and grab a B, which I should have in this chest. No, this chest. Here we go. if you grab a bee and put it in the center of your farm, just like that, then after a while, it'll actually begin to fertilize the area for you. So I'm curious as to how balanced this is going to be if I stack it with worms. How many have I gotten? 8? That's about what I'll need anyways. So we'll go ahead and put down our 8 worms. And let me go get some seeds. I guess that's part of the plant growing process, isn't it? We'll grab some seeds of a few different types, because I do have a few different types of seeds. So I need some industrial hemp for certain, but I also need just normal wheat. And of course, the game has to give me a silly advancement now for everything you do. So congratulations for knowing how to move and stuff. So I believe, you can see first of all, our bee here is actually producing honeycomb for us. And I don't know if they die, I don't believe so. But you can see that there's actually a lot of compatibility now. Centrifugal separator. This is new. I have not seen this yet. This is really neat. Wow, so it looks like there's a lot of cool stuff here to kind of separate out the greater items into their lesser parts. Neat. So there's, of course, honey recipes. There's alchemy recipes, which I need to get into the alchemy stuff, but that requires going to the nether, which I'm sort of avoiding right now. But that's definitely some super cool stuff. Oh, you know, I didn't think about that, though. Does beeswax have any uses? Just candles. Okay, well, I was just curious. So now we have a farm, and that is definitely going to help us out because I am very hungry. Let me go and plant a few other things. I've got these. In fact, I'm just going to grab some bone meal and see if I can get a few of these rows to be full, because it bothers me when a row is not completely full. Cool, so I finally found malachite, and it's somewhere in this chunk, so let's go and find it. I guess I'll be back when I actually have excavated said malachite. Well, that took long enough to find, but I finally found the malachite, and as you can tell, it's not going to be quick or easy to mine. So I'll be here for a little while, but hopefully this shouldn't be too tedious if I just turn on some music. Alright guys, so I'm back. I'm processing some of the materials. We're doing very nicely on copper now. And you can see we have quite a lot more left to process. My inventory is full of a lot of crap right now, and I need to clean it up, but I can't because I keep running out of space. And this setup is just not official. It's not proper. So why don't I cut into a sequence of building a house? Now, I already have plans for how I'm going to design the house and how I'm going to do some stuff. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get some sand and make a few stone brick, or a few treated wood rather, and start processing some creosote, which means I'm going to have to find more coal, which is not a problem. I think there's a coal vein somewhere over there. And I'm going to start making treated planks, because I like building with treated planks. And ironwood I find is a nice material from rustic that looks pretty good in my opinion. That's why I grabbed a decent bit of it as well, because as you can see, it's got a nice, like, just simple taupe color, and I like it. So I'm going to start building with some of that stuff and get this house designed, but I'm going to do it all off camera because building on camera is incredibly difficult for me to do, and it's also just kind of boring. So I will handle that and chat around with some of the people on the server too, because there's a lot of people on right now. And we'll just kind of chill out and do a cool thing, and I'll come back when I have a proper house and we can actually like feel structured and civilized. Alright guys, so it's not official and it's not done, but this is what I've got so far. And basically the way this is going to work out, the way this is designed is that these 4 buildings will be utility buildings, and then there's actually going to be a building in the center as well, inside of this area. And there's going to be an entrance. I just don't really have one set up yet, but give me time. I'll get one set up, I promise. I still haven't done the treated wood thing yet, but I was in the middle of moving everything, and I thought I would just kind of do that real quick on camera and sort of discuss a few other little random miscellanies while I'm doing this. So I'm going to be using storage crates probably a lot right now because I quite like them. And so, So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to move, but I wanted to go ahead and kind of talk about how I planned on doing some of the storage setup and whatnot. So I want to do a lot of magic mod stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff that's pseudo-magical or magical between rustic and roots and embers, and I really just want to kind of embrace it all very fully. So to do that, of course, you know, there's any number of things that we could do, but I kind of think that my first step is going to be astral sorcery, because there's a lot of really neat stuff in that mod, and it looks like it's got a huge amount of promise as far as content goes. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that looks like we can be doing in that mod. And until then, you know, of course, there's some other stuff that we can do in the interim. But, you know, right now, as things stand, it looks like we're pretty much good to go. And for those of you who are looking for the meme, looking for the value of the joke, yes, these are 9x9s. These are the good old classic Direwolf 20 9x9s. Notice how mine don't look like crap, though. Hint, they don't have to look like crap every time. So, yeah, pro tip, if you want your Direwolf 20 9x9 to look good, don't just make it out of cobble. But yeah, essentially my plan, though, is, like I said, all of these will have their own purpose. These will be, very multi-purpose. So we'll have one of these that'll be for some enchantment, and one of these that will probably house the smeltery as a whole, because a smeltery would fit pretty nicely in here, depending on the size that I make it. Oh. Is it a solar eclipse or lunar? So these are really cool, because it's daylight, but it's nighttime, sort of. It's really kind of bizarre. It's surreal, because almost dark, but it's not quite dark. Very crazy. So, let's finish moving up this stuff, because there's a lot of stuff in here that I need not in here anymore. Or rather, in the way, that I need not in my way. So we have a chest full of building supplies, and I don't think we can move these. The crates, no. But there's a few crates and chests that we can move that will be convenient for us to have moved. Although I do plan on converting, I think, everything into crates at some point. I need to just break this. In fact, I just need to do this. Just so that I can get rid of this guy. Don't like him. He's bothered me. So we'll have this chest. We can move it real quick. No, not that. I wanted that block. Thank you. There we go. See? And at least it makes it easier to move. That being said, that's not always the case. So let me toss just a few things there just for the minute, because I need to put a lot of these things away real quick. So this is now going to be my ores and ingots chest, and this will be like my gems and dusts, like I tend to do. If you've been watching my Let's Play series for a while, then you'll know kind of more or less how I like to organize things. So we have iridium and some miscellaneous nuggets, and then some sulfur dust. Cool. And now we have a free gold chest, which is empty, which is probably what we're going to use for our ore processing buffer for a little while. And this guy right here is kind of bugging me. I don't care for that guy being right there and all in the way. I wonder if he'll be happy with a single bone. Look at that. Well, now I've got to name these guys. But I can actually handle that. I think I have name tags. So for now, I'll have more, don't worry. My mom has 3 dogs, which I love. And they are basically my dogs. But, you know, there's Blue, there's Mala, and then there's Greta. So we have blue and mala for now. That's why I've got these dogs retextured as Dobermans, by the way, is because I love Dobermans. They're my favorite breed of dog. And they're my mom's breed of dogs. But I should have some lapis somewhere. Yep. And then I also need some rose red. And I don't think I have any red flowers laying around, but if I did, they'd be in this chest. No. What about my backpack? Or in here? No. Thought I had a lot of flowers at one point. What did I do with those? Maybe I already put those away. I had this chest over here. Yeah, hey, there we go. A poppy. So we will have this one, which will be Mala, which is already red. I'm a dingus. And what's funny about this is I'm doing this in order. So we actually got blue first, and he's the one over here who's been sitting here anyways. And then we got Mala, and then Greta, who is the dog that I don't have a in-game dog for yet, we got most recently. So it actually kind of works. So let's just finish moving this stuff over. So I've got two different drawers here, or chests here. This one's for nature stuff, and then I've got another one completely separate for mob drops, because I'm hoping to automate some farming of animals and stuff here pretty soon. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. And we can go ahead and start with just a few of these little odds and ends. So I have to pardon the language of the chat. I have no control over what other people say, as much as I would like to. Just kind of how things stand. But you know me, I'll do everything I can to avoid cursing or having cursing on the channel, but I'm not exactly sure what the big deal is about Cloud's Bluff. I don't know if it's from another game and he happens to know what it's from or what. That's possible and quite likely. I'm very game ignorant. I don't actually know about a lot of games. That's funny. Alright, no, I did not expect that behavior at all. And you know what? We can just do that. Snag up the storage crate and put it right there and start putting these logs away. I have a lot of logs and a decent amount of glass even. And some of that thatch. Let me go ahead and turn this glass back into just normal plain old glass. It's most useful to me that way. That was the wrong crate though. This is the crate that I'm looking for. And we can put a few things in here. We have a tool station. Actually, that should stay with me. That's a block that I'm actively using. But those things can go away. And I guess the flower pot can go away, but I kind of liked it, so I might use it. What kind of flower? Probably a blue orchid. I like blue orchids. Let me grab my bed real quick. Enter the house, please. For now, we'll just put it there. And there we go. So we just have a few things left to move, and I also need to make a few wooden slabs, which would be up here. I don't know why I was searching so frantically. We'll just do them out of oak, and that'll work out just fine. There we go. We'll just put that there. Now I'll have just like a little shelf. I would do chisels and bits, but that's obviously not really available to us right now. If I remove this, is there going to be a problem? Yes, there is. Okay, well, I'll have to figure that part out because I can't put a torch there where I would normally put them. But I really like having those little peeking windows. I can go ahead and fill that in though, which is nice. I finally have a proper section of wall there. And now, all that's really left is... Oh, I forgot to put the thatch away. Oops. I don't actually know what thatch is used for in Roots, but I guess we'll figure that out sooner or later. Doubt it's just for covers. That wouldn't make much sense now, would it? Now, I need how many more? I guess it's just 2? Okay, so we can make those real quick, and then we can call it an episode, I'm thinking, because we're doing pretty well as far as progress goes on the server. And so, we'll do... We need to make I think I just overcrafted. Oh well. We'll do that. And then we'll just need 2 of these. I don't know why I made 5. Or had planned for 5. That's okay. We can just do that for those materials. And then we have... hang on, let me prepare for this a little better. We'll have this, which will go... These are junk blocks, so... Dang it. So my junk blocks can go in here. And then my miscellaneous mod stuff can go in here. And now we can just break all this. Let me see, what was it? Cool, there we go. And so now we have a chest for pretty much everything that needs to go somewhere. So I am reasonably happy with what all we've accomplished today. Like I said, I plan on doing a few other things, but the farm is going very nicely. Usually it's fully ready for harvesting, which means that my food concerns should begin to dissipate very soon. In fact, they already have. I'm just kind of eating leftover foods. Those berries are actually ridiculously wonderful as a food source. I just personally prefer using other crops too, so that's kind of why I'm, you know, trying to avoid putting all my eggs in one basket as far as the crop type goes. But, you know, I don't know, habit, I guess. So we still have the honeycombs going really well here, and I don't really know why I keep on keeping them, but they'll be good for something someday. I'll probably make some candles at some point just for the fun of it. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Sorry if it was a little bit all over the place. Not really getting to plan these out as much as I'd like to, but it should be pretty fun in the future. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.